This absolute piece of human garbage took 6 innocent lives while speeding for his stupid TikTok clout. And yeah, I don't think he really feels bad about it. Even though he's going to jail for 12 years, I don't think he feels bad about it at all. I just hope he gets that 12-toe special when he gets to prison. You know what I mean? I really believe people like this need to be scrubbed off the face of the planet. We as a society need to start standing up and saying no to this type of garbage, man. Like, this type of content shouldn't be praised or celebrated. It should be reported as soon as you see it. Get them off the internet. Report their accounts. Like, at the end of the day, us as audience members, we have the power to choose what's popular. Like, if you dislike something enough, if you report something enough, what happens is that person gets flagged. You know, it's the least that we can do. Whenever I see a bullshit video like someone speeding in traffic for clout, that's what I do. I report it because you're endangering the lives of the public, man. Like, you know, the persons that died in that crash, they were just heading home after a long day's work. They weren't expecting to be hit by a car, a supercar I should say, going 151 miles per hour. Like, they weren't expecting that. You know, it's so sad to me that these types of trash human beings kind of get away with it too. You'll see what I mean in a minute here.
A teenager also arrested accused of driving more than 100 miles per hour and crashing into a car, killing 6 people on State Road 441 in January. Contact 5's Dave Bowman is live. 6
innocent people, right? I love to stress that fact. I don't know why the news doesn't do this. These are innocent people. This could have been your mom, your friend, your sister, your uncle, your cousin. It could have easily been someone you know who's just trying to live life. You know, as I always say in my video, for normal people like us, life is already hard enough as it is. Why the fuck do we have these douchebag influencers just coming along and making things way more difficult? You know, like, we should treat these people like fucking criminals. You know what I mean? And yeah, I know he gets 12 years in prison, but it's just not enough in my opinion.
Live in our newsroom now with what we know about the investigation, Dave.
Honey, according to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, Noah Galley, a teenager, was behind the wheel of a BMW speeding at 151 miles per hour when he rear-ended an SUV carrying 6 farm workers.
Driver Noah Galley was 17 at the time of the crash. He'll be arraigned in juvenile court. But a spokesman for the Palm Beach County State Attorney's Office tells Contact 5 the office expects to charge Galley as an adult.
Good.
We're not going to make any comments, Mr. Pelfrey.
Fuck you.
Why is this a fair way to wrap up this case? He could have gotten 90 years in prison. He's getting 12 and a half.
I agree with this person asking this question. Why is it that this guy gets 12 years in prison? You should have been aiming for the maximum sentence. Honestly, people like this need to be removed off the street, because at the end of the day, when I look at this whole thing and I see different images of this guy, he doesn't look sorry at all. He's just another one of these rich kids, because that's what he is. And what he was doing, just to go back into a little more detail here, what he was doing is he was speeding on purpose, and while on his phone, just like that douchebag Jack Doherty, he was speeding on his phone while on social media and telling people if they can guess how fast he's going, he'll send them $25 on Cash App. Like, 6 people, innocent people, lost their lives because of some garbage clout. You know, like, you don't even need the money. You know, that's the thing too that pisses me off. This fucking loser here, he doesn't even need the money. He's rich already. His family is rich already. Like, y'all already have everything, but it's just the attention. You're so thirsty and hungry for that fucking clout that you're willing to what? Go way above the speed limit and risk people's lives. You know, like, you took people's lives too. It's like, fucking hell, man. Like this type of thing is really frustrating, bro.
12 and a half.
Prosecutor Al Johnson spoke to us outside court.
Why is this a fair resolution to this case?
We have a 17-year-old who is accepting responsibility. No amount of time will bring back the victims.
Yeah, listen to that statement. No amount of time he spends in prison is gonna bring back those victims. You see how they kind of just downplay the lives of normal people? Now let me ask you this: you really think if this kid killed someone that was equally rich, you think the prosecutors would be saying this type of shit? No, he would get the maximum sentence because money talks in this world. Like, these people really do not give a fuck about the common folk. Like, we are just ants to them. They could step on us and yeah, sure, they'll get some punishment if it's out in the open enough, but a lot of the times, man, it gets covered up or downplayed. You know, it's just fucking disgusting to me. Like, this guy is like, oh, no amount of time he spends in prison is gonna bring those people back. That's not the fucking point, you absolute moron. The point is that he's being properly punished for his crime. He took 6 people's lives. You know, and this is the thing too, it's like, these are the same individuals, they want the entire world to stop moving when they bump their toe on the corner of a fucking doorway. You know, like, they want everyone to care about them when something bad happens to them, but when it happens to normal people, the normal people who became victims of his stupidity, nah, it's fine. You know, like, no amount of time he spends there is going to bring these people back. These are just 2 of the victims. I can't find the other images for the rest of the people, but you get my point, man. These fuckers don't care. They really don't, and you could tell by the way they handle these things.
For their families.
Relatives of the victims did not attend today's court hearing, but Johnson says they agreed to the plea deal.
The victims all have written to us that they do not object to this. Some of them didn't even want him to go to jail at all. One wanted us to drop the case entirely.
I find that completely hard to believe unless money is being passed behind closed doors. You know, like, to me, I find it so hard to believe that the families of these 6 individuals who were just heading home from work and dying because this guy decided he was so clout hungry he would go way above the speed limit just to make some shit content. I'm finding it very hard to believe they would just be okay with dropping the case. Like, man, listen, it better be millions of dollars. Honestly, it better be millions of dollars. Like, this would be the beginning of my villain arc if I found out that, you know, like, these people want to drop, like, let's say it was one of my family members is what I mean, that died in that crash, you know, and they're gonna drop the case or some type of bullshit like that. That would be the beginning of my villain arc. Like, I'm being so honest with you, man. Like, it's so unfair, the world that we live in, and these people, they just show it to you blatantly too. They know that they're above the law. You know, they really do know and understand that. Like, this guy is just another rich kid, and this is how they think.
I don't believe in human rights.
That's exactly how they think. He's just another rich piece of shit that think he's better than everybody else, but then eventually when karma spins around, it spins the block and comes for his ass, then he's like, oh god, please help me. Nah, bitch, fucking choke on it. Choke on it, you stupid fuck. You deserve what you get. I don't feel any sympathy for you at all. I hope your time in prison is very painful. I really do hope stuff like this happens to you on a daily basis once you land there. You know, because at the end of the day, these people are not coming back. Your actions took the lives of 6 fucking innocent people. Had nothing to do with you and your garbage content, but you could tell, man, as I said before, if you just look at this guy, does this guy look sorry to you? Every image I see of him, it's like he's posing. It's almost like he's posing for like a photo shoot or something. You know what I mean? It's like, God, man, like, you're just disgusting. And then it's the fact that we got 6 funerals that's going to happen because of his actions, and then people are acting like if this is normal. When you even look at other content creators doing similar things, why are they still allowed on these platforms? Why is YouTube and TikTok and Instagram allowing this type of content? Alright, so if you don't know, this is a guy named Squeeze Benz, right? He got arrested recently for doing basically the same thing, going way above the speed limit for views. And even though he got arrested and it was like a big fucking thing, he's still on YouTube. You know, like, that's so crazy to me. Like, how is it that I can get banned if I criticize these guys too harshly? Like, if I start calling them dumb cunts, like, for the entire video, I can get banned. But they can't, they're not gonna get banned for actually breaking the law. Like, what the fuck is that? Tell me how does that make sense? Like, even with Marcus Brownlee, we saw that he went above the speed limit and people were clowning him for it. You know, like, he apologized and everything, but you could kind of tell these fucking people aren't sorry, man. Like, that's what clout does to you, right? Well, to some of these people, right? It makes them like dumber. It makes them just, their brains stop fucking working. Common sense just flies out the window, right? And it's so blatant. It's sickening. It's one of those things that pisses me off. And a lot of the times, whenever they come out and they cry and act all sorry, we know it's just an act they're putting on, right? These fuckers and them, like, they deserve to go to prison and then drop the soap. Go to prison and drop the soap, you fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Man, I'm so pissed off at this shit, bro. Like, I'm really actually pissed off, man. Anyway, like, if you'll agree with my video, I know this one was a bit more of a rant, but if you'll agree with what I said, you all think content like this should be banned and these people should be taken off of social media, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are getting closer to 2,000 subs. And yeah, like, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Also, if you would like to become a character in my comic, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button and I will make that happen. I will draw you in the comic. I don't have the images up today, but yeah, I will draw you in the comic if you subscribe to the channel and tell me you are interested. Another thing I have to make sure you all understand, that this comic is 18 years and older only. You can't become a character if you're under 18. I got people DMing me on Discord asking to be characters and they're like fucking 15 and shit, and nah, that's just not gonna happen. It's mature content. I can't do that, okay? Anyway, everybody else have a good rest of your day.